Hello. Oh my goodness. I am back on Instagram Live. I don't know what happened. Something changed in the setup or a new update or something. So I'm actually able to get back on. I really hope that I think this is on my business page. If not, I'm going to go for it anyway. So today I am wearing my I Am shirt. Loving it. Feeling really, really good. I've had so much sun and really just honored and taken care of myself this week, which has been just amazing. And it's really created space to receive a lot of inspiration, and it's, upped a lot of the made even the processes that are difficult, on the back end a little bit easier to kind of get my head around, which is beautiful. Play opens up so much. That's Play is not what I was going to be talking about today. What I wanted to talk about today is how we can somatically drop into processing our feelings and emotions, and how we try so hard to figure everything out in our mind on a cognitive level, whereas we will never be able to process emotions cognitively. We just can't do it. Our bodies are a conduit for electricity and energy, and emotions are basically energy. And it's the judgment that we place on emotions that makes it heavy, and it's our unwillingness to feel them that means that they stick around for a lot longer. So what does it mean to drop in and feel things somatically? Well, we have this tendency to try, as humans, we're such cute little beings, we have this tendency to try and figure everything out in our minds. And we run over things, we run over conversations, we run over different evidences and that sort of thing to support and try and make sense of and place meaning on a situation or a circumstance or an encounter, and try and make sense of how we're feeling. Whereas, you think about it, feelings don't exist in the mind. Feelings exist in the body. When you have something like a sadness or a grief come over you, or a heartbreak, you don't have it so much in the mind. The mind is more about resistance. Whereas when you can start to allow the feeling to come up in your body without trying to suppress it, without trying to distract yourself with thinking through it, when you allow yourself to feel it, your body then starts to act like a conduit for the energy, and really getting to a place where you're not indulging in the drama of it, or like trying to perpetuate the feeling and getting stuck in dialogue as well. Just allowing it to pass through you is super, super powerful. And we have become quite disconnected from our bodies because, you look at children, they feel their emotions so in such a grand and beautiful way, and it's such a diverse range of emotions too, and they feel it and they show it on a somatic level, in a body level, like physically, because they haven't been programmed just yet to go, oh no, you're not allowed to do it at this time, it's not appropriate now, and all of that sort of thing. When it happens, they feel it, they're through it. They very rarely hold on to anything, because they allow themselves to feel it. And in that way, they're able to, you see them so upset and so heartbroken over something 1 second, and then moments later, they are through it and over it and joyful about something else. And I think that there is so much to learn from children. There's so much conditioning that goes into us, which is, just the way that life is. There's so much conditioning that disconnects us from our body, and then we go and we sit down and we become this sedentary state of, if it doesn't look perfect, if it doesn't feel perfect and all the rest of it, then you're doing something wrong. Whereas we're actually designed to feel a plethora of emotions. That's just the way that we kind of are designed. That's what this human experience is about. And being able and allowing yourself to, from the pendulum, like a pendulum, anything that's not moving is dead effectively, or dying. So anytime that you feel a shift in these energies and these emotions, like you can find an element of gratitude for that, because it means that there's an element of living that is going on with you. So to shift from one side to another and to really hold space inside of your body and allow those emotions, it'll help to process it sooner. And you, like, as a kinesiologist, one of the beautiful things about that is looking at the person as a whole and seeing how they are being impacted. And that could be impacted by their emotions. It could be impacted by something physical, like a physical trauma or an injury. It can be looking at the nutrition as well and seeing if there's, and with all of it, with everything that goes on in a human body, I look at the underlying emotion, because emotions get trapped in our bodies when we do not honor them and allow them the space to be felt. So you think about electricity passing through something. Well, it can't pass through if it's not grounded. And if we're not grounding ourselves to the earth, to, a sense of calm or safety, because in the end, like, there's an element of safety to our existence, right? Then the energy can't flow through. We can't be a conduit. We end up storing that energy, storing that emotion somewhere in our body, and it comes out as a disease or an injury or pain or inflammation, it starts to create physical ailment in our bodies when we don't feel our emotions. So really being able to, like, drop into our body. And what are some of the ways that we can do that? We can do that through our breath. We can do that by really becoming aware of how our body feels. It's kind of interesting how many people don't understand how their body feels and don't know how good their body can feel. So really paying attention to, dropping into your body and honoring it through play, through pleasure, through feeding it good foods, right? And I know that this doesn't have anything to do with body issues. It's so funny. I've had a couple of people, like, interact with me and say, why do you, it's like shaming. It's not shaming. It's the way that your body is created. You can't put unleaded petrol into a diesel car and expect for it to run fine. Yeah, it looks similar. The fuel looks similar to what it needs, but it's not what it needs, so it's going to wreck the engine. We are so like that. Oh my goodness, it might look and resemble food, but if it's not real food, then your body's not going to run on as well. It just isn't. And that goes for your intuition too. What we choose to put in our body, it starts to, go into all of our cells, which also fuels our intuition. So healthy eating, it's not just about looking great or anything like that. It actually is a soulful act of self-love. Other ways, consider how children are embodied, how they show up in the world. They play, they move their bodies, they are quite active. I think we've become so sedentary. We sit down a lot, we lie down a lot, we try and avoid discomfort in our bodies. But in avoiding the discomfort, you can't choose and select which emotions and feelings to just not feel, because it's more of a blanket effect. So if you're avoiding discomfort, there's also a level of pleasure that you're also avoiding. So being mindful of that too. Dance is a beautiful way to connect with your body. And also one of my absolute favorites right now is breath work. So really acknowledging where in your body you're feeling any discomfort and then pulling your breath to that area. I have found that to be so healing and such a beautiful practice. And breath is life. And it's free. It's right there. We cannot live for more than 3 minutes without breath, or 2 or something like that. And yet the most vital element for our existence is freely given, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So really becoming calm, dropping into your space, which is in your body, paying attention to how each part of your body feels, and really appreciating the fact that you have a body to feel with. And then when uncomfortable emotions do start to bottle up, or bubble up, I should say, not bottling them up, allowing them to just be without forming judgment, without creating a story behind it. Just allow them. And as you allow them, you know, whatever you don't feel, you're going to need to heal. So to allow them is to heal them. And just like everything in life, they're not permanent. They will move. They're, you know, they have a living energy behind them, so they move. They won't stay there. And really allowing them the space. Sorry, I haven't put my notifications on silent. Allowing them the space to be felt. Also, you'll notice a major sense of empowerment for yourself as well. And with the empowerment comes this sense of confidence and trust in yourself, and a deeper sense of self-love as well. You know, think about how when you're heard and understood, just how you show up in the world after that. And imagine being able to do that for yourself and for your body, and how then that will show up in the world. I hope that this has made sense, and that it's been helpful. I'm sending you so much love on this beautiful Wednesday. Enjoy your day.